Attachment foundations. How early bonds shape adult relationships, the capacity for forming deep, lasting emotional bonds with romantic partners in adulthood has its roots in the very earliest experiences of human life. The profound connections that infants develop with their primary caregivers during the first years of life create internal templates for understanding relationships, managing emotions, and approaching intimacy that continue to influence behavior decades later. This remarkable continuity between infant attachment and adult pair bonding represents one of the most important discoveries in relationship science and provides crucial insights into why some individuals form secure, lasting partnerships while others struggle with relationship difficulties throughout their lives. Attachment theory, first developed by John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth in the mid-20th century, began with the observation that human infants form intense emotional bonds with their caregivers that serve crucial survival functions. Unlike many other species where offspring can survive independently relatively quickly after birth, human infants require years of intensive care and protection. The attachment system evolved to ensure that infants maintain close proximity to caregivers who can provide the resources, protection, and nurturance necessary for survival in dangerous environments. The attachment system operates through a sophisticated set of behaviors and emotional responses designed to maintain the caregiver-infant bond. When infants feel threatened, distressed, or separated from their caregivers, they activate attachment behaviors such as crying, clinging, and seeking contact. These behaviors typically elicit caregiving responses from adults, re-establishing the close contact that reduces the infant's distress. Over time, infants develop internal working models of themselves and their caregivers based on the consistency, sensitivity, and responsiveness of the care they receive. Research has identified 4 primary attachment styles that emerge from these early caregiver-infant interactions. Secure attachment develops when caregivers are consistently responsive, sensitive, and emotionally available. Infants with secure attachment learn that they are worthy of care and that others can be relied upon to provide comfort and support when needed. Anxious ambivalent attachment occurs when caregiving is inconsistent or unpredictable, leading infants to become hypervigilant about relationship threats and anxious about abandonment. Avoidant attachment develops when caregivers are rejecting or emotionally unavailable, causing infants to learn to suppress their attachment needs and rely primarily on themselves. Disorganized attachment emerges from frightening or traumatic caregiving experiences that leave infants without coherent strategies for managing relationships. The translation of these early attachment patterns into adult romantic relationships occurs through the persistence of internal working models that guide expectations, emotions, and behaviors in intimate partnerships. Adults with secure attachment styles typically approach romantic relationships with confidence and optimism. They are comfortable with intimacy and interdependence, communicate effectively about their needs and feelings, and are able to provide support to partners while also accepting support when needed. They tend to have positive views of themselves and others, expect relationships to be rewarding and stable, and possess effective emotion regulation skills that help them navigate relationship challenges. Individuals with anxious attachment styles carry forward the hypervigilance and abandonment, fears that characterize their early relationships with inconsistent caregivers. In romantic relationships, they often display high levels of relationship anxiety, constantly seeking reassurance from partners about their love and commitment. They may interpret neutral or ambiguous partner behaviors as signs of rejection or waning interest, leading to cycles of pursuit and protest when they perceive threats to the relationship. Their intense fear of abandonment can paradoxically drive behaviors that actually push partners away, creating self-fulfilling prophecies of relationship loss. Avoidantly attached adults maintain the self-reliant, emotionally distant approach to relationships that help them cope with rejecting caregivers in early life. They often feel uncomfortable with too much closeness or emotional expression in romantic relationships and may withdraw when partners seek greater intimacy. While they may desire loving relationships, their discomfort with vulnerability and interdependence can make it difficult for them to develop the deep emotional connections that characterize satisfying long-term partnerships. They tend to suppress emotions and may struggle to recognize or communicate their own emotional needs. Adults with disorganized attachment patterns often experience significant difficulties in romantic relationships due to the lack of coherent strategies for managing intimacy and emotional regulation. They may simultaneously crave close relationships and fear them, leading to chaotic patterns of approach and avoidance. Their early experiences with frightening or traumatic caregiving can make it difficult to trust partners or maintain emotional stability in relationships. They are at higher risk for developing various mental health problems that can further complicate relationship functioning. The neurobiological mechanisms underlying attachment patterns help explain their persistence from infancy into adulthood. Early attachment experiences literally shape the developing brain, influencing the growth and functioning of neural circuits involved in emotion regulation, stress response, and social cognition. Secure early attachments promote the development of well-regulated stress response systems and robust prefrontal cortex functioning that supports healthy relationship behavior throughout life. Insecure attachments can lead to heightened stress reactivity, difficulties with emotion regulation, and altered functioning in brain regions crucial for social behavior. The intergenerational transmission of attachment patterns represents one of the most important discoveries in attachment research. Adults tend to provide caregiving to their own children that reflects their own early attachment experiences, leading to the continuation of attachment patterns across generations. However, this transmission is not deterministic. Adults who develop insight into their early experiences and work to heal relationship wounds can break cycles of insecure attachment and provide more secure caregiving to their children. Adult attachment patterns show remarkable stability over time, with most individuals maintaining the same attachment style throughout their adult lives. However, significant relationship experiences can lead to changes in attachment security. Adults who form relationships with securely attached partners may gradually develop more secure internal working models themselves through repeated experiences of responsive, supportive caregiving. This process, called earned security, demonstrates the potential for healing and growth in adult relationships. The measurement and assessment of adult attachment has become increasingly sophisticated, with researchers developing multiple methods for identifying attachment styles in adults. Self-report questionnaire assess conscious beliefs and feelings about relationships, while narrative assessments evaluate unconscious relationship representations through analysis of how individuals describe their relationship histories. Observational methods examine actual behavior in relationship contexts. Each approach provides different but complementary information about adult attachment functioning. Cultural factors introduce important variations in how attachment patterns are expressed and valued across different societies. While the basic attachment system appears to be universal, cultural norms about emotional expression, autonomy, interdependence, and family relationships influence how attachment needs are met and expressed. Understanding these cultural variations is crucial for avoiding ethnocentric biases in attachment research and clinical practice. The implications of attachment research for understanding pair bonding extend far beyond academic interest. Couples therapy approaches increasingly recognize the importance of attachment dynamics in relationship problems and success. Emotionally focused therapy, one of the most effective couples therapy approaches, is based explicitly on attachment principles and helps partners understand and change problematic attachment patterns that interfere with relationship satisfaction. Modern challenges to attachment and pair bonding include factors such as geographical mobility, extended singlehood, digital communication, and changing social norms about relationships. Understanding how attachment systems function in these contemporary contexts is crucial for helping individuals develop and maintain satisfying long-term relationships. Research suggests that the basic human need for secure attachment persists despite social and technological changes, but the ways in which attachment needs are met may require adaptation to modern circumstances. The study of attachment continues to evolve with new discoveries about the neurobiological mechanisms, genetic influences, and cultural variations that shape how humans form and maintain emotional bonds. This ongoing research promises to deepen our understanding of pair bonding and provide even more effective approaches for helping individuals develop the secure, loving relationships that contribute so profoundly to human happiness and well-being.